welcome to another edition of Pitch BrandTalk. I'm Sumin Salavah. The brand I have with me today is a brand that whether you're a millennial, Gen Z or Gen Alpha, every one of us must have played with it during our childhood. This brand, incidentally, the parent brand of this company is the tire major MRF. The brand I'm talking about, Funskool. And I'm glad today to have with me Philip Royappan. He is the General Manager of Marketing at Funskool. Welcome, Philip.
Welcome.
Philip, first of all, I just want to know, how has the year been for Funskool so far?
It's been good. We've just finished our first half yearly. There have been some challenges, no doubt. But I'm sure now as we enter our festive season in October, we will do good numbers in the next season.
You just mentioned festive season, so let's take that ahead. What is the anticipation that you have from the festive season? And I believe you're also launching a new product line for the festive season.
Yes, we have about 25 products launched across 6 of our major categories, consisting of infant and preschool toys. We have a brand called Giggles, which has over 150 SKUs. Giggles, incidentally, is India's largest infant and preschool brand. Then we have board games. We're bringing in many licensed games, like we just recently launched Catan, which is a world famous game. We have puzzles, we have handicrafts, which is our arts and crafts line. And then we also have Fundo, which is our own brand of dough. And we have a plethora of games to cater to a wide audience of children, starting from birth till 8-10 years.
What is the proposition and positioning that you currently have in the market? Because we are a very price-sensitive country at the end of the day.
Price sensitive we are, and that is why if you look at it, we always price as to what the customer sees value. We always, quality is foremost, and you do know that Funskool, when a customer buys a Funskool product, he is very well aware that the quality will be given utmost priority. And therefore, when you have quality, there is always a pricing barrier, so as to speak. But we aim to make sure that we give value to the customer and we price accordingly. And I think that's been the strength of Funskool. I've known people who buy Funskool products years back, especially our toys. They banged it, their children have done all sorts of things with it and still keeps on lasting. And I think that's been our strong point.
If I were to ask you what's your brand marketing strategy, what would you say and how has this evolved with each generation of children coming in?
See, our brand always, again, first and foremost is we always develop, in fact, we have our own in-house design department where we nurture out over 90 products every year on an average. The proposition that we have is to give a wide range of quality toys in India, for example, which we manufacture in our factories. We have 3 factories, one at Goa, which is our largest, and we have 2 other factories in Ranipet. One is for domestic and the other is for exports, OEM manufacturing. We draw inspiration from what other toy makers do, and we look at designing and developing our own range of good toys, which has a lot of educational value for children. And I think that has really helped bring about the fact that we bring novelty season after season. Toys is all about novelty, what's new, and therefore a lot of focus goes into new product development, and keeping our pricing affordable is of key importance as well.
So how do you ensure that you reach your target consumer? What's your media mix like? Are you reaching out to the parents, obviously for the younger kids,
yes,
or to the older kids? What's your media
It's a combination. Mix? It depends on the category. So
okay,
for a category like Giggles and Fundo, where parent is the ultimate buying decision maker, then yes, we reach out through mainline channels. We do a lot of advertising. Traditionally, so far, TV has always been our strong point. That has now, over the last 2-3 years, changed a little bit into digital also, because, after post-COVID, a lot of them have migrated from traditional TV watching so there's been a little shift towards digital. We also focus a lot on our social media. We use a lot of influencer to help us. We showcase products and they learn the benefits and the features of product. So the media is, when you're targeting parents, it's always on the mainline channels, and then you have a mix of social media as well as digital. But TV is very, very strong even now.
You mentioned digital, so I would also like to get into your distribution strategy. One, offline, what's your strategy over there? And also online.
Okay. So offline, I think the whole thing is about getting people to understand what our gameplay is, what our products offer, right? So we have a team of over 80 odd salespeople across our country who basically look after our sales through our stockists, our network of over 100 stockists. And we reach out to nearly 5,000 stores across India, which has been our forte, our distribution strength. So offline, we have exclusive promoters in our team who, when we launch new product, it is their job to go and showcase and train these products. They showcase these products in all the mom and pop stores, explain to them what the benefits and features of a particular product are. And that helps in building. A lot of our distributors are long time. They've been associated with Funskool over a number of years, many of them are decades in fact. So they know that the value that we bring to them offline, and they're able to translate that into customer experience, because once they are acquainted with how the product works, they're able to uh, tell the customer at the end as well how the gameplay is. So that's the offline strategy. Online also, we've seen a lot of disruption now happening. Quick commerce, yes, has been now a new entry with the likes of Swiggy, Zepto, Blinkit. We see a lot of people buying toys in 10 minutes. Typically, toys is a category where you think what you want, what the benefits are, and then you make a conscious decision after a lot of soul searching. But now we are finding that people are buying not only generic toys like chess and Chinese checkers and Ludo, but other highly end toys. For example, we have under license a game called Sequence, which does huge numbers in quick commerce. The only drawback with quick commerce is they have to have a curtailed range because of the limitations that they have in terms of portfolio, which is then backed up by other bigger parties like Amazon, which has the entire range. So yes, there is that fine balance between mom and pop stores and e-commerce as well.
So the highest growth you're actually seeing is e-commerce and quick commerce.
Highest growth, yes. The growth rates have now shifted, at least this year, is in e-commerce, yes.
So what is, if I were to ask you in terms of sales, how much is coming from offline and how much from online? And where do you anticipate this going, say, end of the year or looking
See,
into 3 years?
it's just started out, right? So traditionally, we've always been a 60-65 in offline and 30-35 in e-com and modern format stores. This year, in some categories, it's gone to even 50-50. But how it will pan out is, please remember that quick commerce is a new thing. Whether it will sustain itself in the long run, we already know that it's very difficult to get through to tier 2 and 3. Right now, they're doing their main business from the 8 to 10 top tier 1 cities. But how long it will pan out and whether people still want to go out and still buy, touch and feel the product, that's for us to see in the times to come. But for now, it's changing. It's about 50-50.
You spoke a little about your international tie-ups and also about Catan making its way now into India. Can you speak more about your international tie-ups with?
See, Catan is a high-end product. It's about 5,000, 6,000, 5 to 6,000 rupees, right? Which when you have that kind of pricing, it reaches out to a very limited audience because obviously affordability is a factor. Therefore, when we reached out to the makers of the license holders of Catan, which is Asmodee, we had a proposition saying that we can make world-class quality board games inside our manufacturing facility under license through a royalty arrangement. And knowing our capabilities, and we've been in the business now for 30 years, they know our quality is our hallmark. And therefore, we made this product at a much lower price, therefore enabling affordability in a larger number of hands in India. So more and more people play because they can now price. We priced it now at a very affordable 3,499 Indian rupees. And it's been a runaway success both offline and online.
So that's at half the cost what you would buy if you were international.
International also, remember you have to pay duties, you have to pay taxes, so all that also helps. I mean, it makes the product a little higher. But yes, approximately it's it's an affordable price point. It's a good price point.
And can you also speak about your other international tie-ups that you have? Because I believe you've got the license for Peppa Pig and Paw Patrol, etc. So can you
So
speak
what
about
we
that?
have is we have traditionally we've always had agreements with the local companies in India. For Peppa Pig, we have the contracts for board games and puzzles. We make educational puzzles and board games in India and then we distribute them across. But this is more for India. Peppa Pig, yes, been doing very well. We also have the license for Batman and Superman classic action figures. We have license for other board games like Sequence from Goliath. We have university games. We have games like Scavenger Hunt. We have Chain Letters. We have many other brands and board games that we manufacture and distribute in India under license. Othello would be our biggest board game.
But pardon?
Othello in Scotland. And Othello is from Mega House, and Ravensburger, Scotland Yard is one of the big all-time favorites. That's under Ravensburger, under license from Ravensburger.
Now, you've used the word manufacturing a multiple times, and I believe that Funskool aims to also become a global hub of manufacture for toys.
Yes.
And this is also in line with government's Make in India proposition. So how has this worked out? What's been the positives and the negatives?
Like I said, one of our manufacturing facilities in Ranipet is specifically, we set it up in 2019 for export business. We do a lot of OEM business for leading companies like Spin Master, ELC. We manufacture their own products for the world, not only for India, but for the world as well. So it has helped boost manufacturing. We make the Rubik's Cube for domestic production as well as for domestic production in India. So that has really helped Funskool as a company in terms of both exports as well as domestic business. It's the perfect balance.
And the recent government regulation wherein you cannot import now toys from abroad unless
so you can
it is
import,
certified
yeah, but unless you need a BIS certification. Yeah, so that has enabled a lot of manufacturing to happen in India.
Okay.
Because otherwise you need a BIS certification, which happens, but that you need it has to be renewed year on year, and therefore that has facilitated a lot of manufacturing in India.
Another focus area for Funskool is where you're kind of for traditional Indian toys, where you're focusing on even taking them further. So can you also talk about that?
Under the Prime Minister's, he has a soft corner for toys, and we started in 21. Yeah, in 21 we started our Indie series, where you have traditional board games like Kabaddi, Kho-Kho, Lagori. We have 4-5 board games, and some of them like Lagori have been consistently performers. Traditional games that physical games. You actually get to play those games outside outside your homes. They've been performing extremely well when we manufacture it in our factory.
Now, what are the trends that you're seeing evolving in this space? With newer kids who nowadays people say the younger generation is more fast, or they because of the mobile phone and television, their attention span is less. So what are the trends that you're seeing for the younger generation that you're catering to?
Attention span, yes, is definitely, what's the next thing new? That's something. Correct. It's coming, it's a little lower than what it was. I think, in fact, when we design games, we try to do things within 20 minutes. Earlier, gone are the days where you sit and play for hours together. There are hardcore gamers who do that, but we need to design games with quick results, so as to speak. That's one. I think getting them exposed to more and more toys, and the way for children to understand how playing with toys is beneficial for them in the long run. It helps improve their social skills, their imagination. It helps them to think out of the box, not just general rote study. I think board games and other toys as well. People who play traditionally with toys have a far more holistic development.
It's what you said is very true. There are also studies which have been done and which say that how toys help children, right? But when I was speaking to you, what I was very surprised is that when you say that a large percentage of Indians, they do not, the adoption of toys is very less in a certain population of India. So how do you send this message out, about the importance of toys and how it can help in the development of children, particularly, say, when you look at SEC, not just AB, but say C and D?
It's a growing market. I joined 21 years back. Obviously, the times then when selling a product above 500 rupees was a real challenge, right? I remember when we first had Marvel figurines or Marvel role play toys like a glove. Very difficult to sell because there was no awareness. Movies came in, people became, people travel, people have come back being exposed to world quality toys. And they come back and they learn. So education obviously plays a large part in today's general knowledge, and that has really helped. I think in today's time, it's a challenge. It's exposure to toys is still very very minimal. I don't think many people in the households of beyond the metros and the mini metros have really played with toys, but it's growing and it's going getting better and better. So we have, and India is has one of the largest younger age population. So we have only good times to think of in the future.
And this is also a very, very unorganized market
It is.
in India.
Yeah.
So what is the opportunity that Funskool sees to grab a larger share of the market?
See, we are part of the organized market. The organized market is very, very small. There will always be, a combination of organized and unorganized. Funskool has grown only because we have a diverse category range. We just don't do one, we're not specialists in one specific category. So when we bring this entire range, then the entire growth happens across for all children.
And also, if you could, what about the challenges that you see that this industry faces and how you could overcome it?
Innovation is key, especially in toys. Getting designers in India to think of new concepts, I think there are very few institutes in India who actually have, say, a design specialist in toy designing. I think we need more people in design. Then there are some regulations which always happen. A lot of products, for example, certain imported components have to still be imported. You can't manufacture them in India. So all those small issues which will get sorted out in the days to come. But I think innovation and getting people to designing toys here is very, very important. We don't have that culture, so as to speak.
A word on competition and how you stand apart?
Competition is good. It's important because that helps us realize where we are. But I can clearly say that for a domestic company, we have, by and far, we've been in this business now for over 38 years. And there is competition, especially in categories like puzzles. It's very easy you don't really need to have good know how to make puzzles. So yes, they are price sensitive, but that's where quality of Funskool stands apart, and it helps us to override the competition.
Finally, what can we expect from Funskool looking ahead? Expansions, new products, what can we expect?
We've planned new categories beyond the 5 or 6 categories that we're in. We're looking at continuous innovation of new products, always something new for the child generation. We have our own design department. I don't think many companies have that, and our manufacturing capabilities help us to bring about a large number of products in a quick span of time. And I think will make the child even more happier in the days to come.
Thank you so much, Philip, for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Nice having you.